What's going on, boys? We back. Yo, what the heck? What the actual heck, dude? Go on. Hold on, boys. I'm right here with you. Dude, I just woke up from a nap, and I just learned of what they tried to assassinate Trump. Holy crap, dude. That's insane. Let me fix that. Is that better? Is that better, dude? Trump's about to speak. That's what they're saying. People are saying Trump's about to speak. They're talking about Trump is gonna speak soon. That's crazy.
Ford was another president that wanted to be a man of people. I remember we did a parade in Dallas, Texas, and he wanted to be in an open limousine to show that I assumed that he wasn't afraid of Dallas. But please remember that President Kennedy was assassinated there in Dallas, and that was a very tense time. We secured the rooftop.
Bro, that was
the parade
scary.
route.
I woke up, I thought he
all kinds
died.
of security measures to see to it that
I nearly cried.
he was safe. And it worked
That's
out, thank God for that.
Crazy, boys.
So what is the
Holy
pressure
shit.
with being a Secret Service agent when you're in these high-pressure environments, sir?
The pressure is so thick you can cut it with a knife. You know that there are bad people out there that would love to do harm to the president, and it's your job to get it right every time. You don't get
That's
a second
crazy.
chance.
Yeah, but they
All
failed.
right, my
There was
colleague
this one
Andrew
guy
Kraft joining me
on
here. And
Twitter.
Andrew, I know you have some questions as well.
There's this one guy
Marvin,
on
Andrew
X.
Kraft here. I just wanted to ask you
just
this, and you
posted.
mentioned that you worked for the Secret Service during the Ford administration. Of course, history.
There's this guy, and he gave an interview. Bro. Literally outed him. Bro, what the heck? Wait, where's the interview? Oh yeah, it's right here, dude. I posted it right here. Bro, this guy right here's seen everything. Shit's lagging, dude. This guy was ignored. And he said something too. That's the craziest part.
And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him. And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us.
I mean, to be fair, if this guy walked up to you with that crazy ass hat on and said there was some guy crawling on the roof, would you probably believe him? Let's be honest. The beard and the hat, just the combo, I'd be like, get this nut out of here, bro. I'm sorry. I couldn't take this guy's, maybe if he had a suit on or something. I would not. I wouldn't take him serious, dude.
50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof.
Bro. These Democrats are getting scared. They had to send one of their own. Do something awful.
Roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for,
a G.
you know, 2-3 minutes.
He's a fucking G. Trump is a G. Oh, bro, Trump is not gonna let this stop him. He's not gonna let this stop him, dude. You think this is the end? We gotta call Linda. Must call Linda.
Yes.
Hey, Mom.
Yes. What are you going to tell me that I don't know?
Oh my gosh, did you see what happened?
Yes.
I was sleeping. And I woke up to a bunch of missed calls from my viewers, and they were like, oh my gosh, you'll never guess what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what happened? They're like, someone tried to kill Trump.
Yeah.
And there's a guy right here I'm watching on Twitter. Oh, he released a statement, chat. He said, I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all the law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was shot and killed. And also, he just released his statement on Twitter. Just released his statement on X.
Yeah, crazy people.
Did you see the photo? Where they shot him? Oh my gosh.
No.
You didn't see it? Here, look. This is the photo that's this is the photo that's circulating.
I mean, not just I'm watching it now.
With the American flag above his head.
Yeah. Well, a lot of crazy people.
That guy is dead, and he doesn't know that he secured Trump's victory.
Yeah, well. We'll find out soon enough.
Terrible shot. Terrible. Awful. These idiots don't know what the hell. They're idiots. All of them. What the hell? Not that I wanted him to get shot, but like, what a retard. Like, what would possess somebody
I don't know.
to like take that, like anything like that in their own hands? That's weird. It wasn't the Secret Service that shot him, because the Secret Service never misses. It was some blue hair Antifa.
Justin, you don't know who it was.
It was an Antifa member.
Okay, all right.
What? Well, who? What other motive? What other group of people do shit like that?
I don't know.
It was an Al Qaeda. Who's the guy that did it? I don't know. I don't care.
Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just
All right,
standing there
Mom,
like
love you.
this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling
Yep.
the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the...
Bro, what the fuck? This is the craziest interview right here. Me showing this, I'm not suicidal. I've never been suicidal. Never wanted to kill myself.
barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see? I mean, obviously, everyone when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
I think it's a pizza.
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching. But you're pretty sure they shot the guy.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
Craziest shit ever. America, bro. America's fucked. We live in a fucked country, bud. Amazing, majestic, very majestic. Here, yes, this, I don't know if we can.
We can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
This has been circling this guy's.
Tá vendo? Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. We can see the guy there.
I want to know why BB gun is trending.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Bro.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
Bro.
Hawkeye's here. You ready?
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on the stage.
Bro, that guy sucks at shooting. If he really is trying to kill Trump, like, awful shooter. Terrible shooter. Terrible shooter. The guy sucks. Now he's dead. And Trump is going to have a victory. Thank God. In a way, this is like a... Dude, in a fucked up way, this is a blessing. In a fucked up way, this is a blessing for Trump. The most powerful photo. Most powerful photo of this century. This shit's gonna be in textbooks. This photo is gonna be in textbooks, my guy. Look at that chiseled jaw. Look at the zero fear in this man's eyes. Look at the strength. Never gonna stop us. If this is not the most American photo in the past 200 years, then bro. Historic. They tried to stop him. They tried to stop the red wave. They are scared. They are fucking scared, bro. They are scared. They are absolutely scared. A survivor, bro. I want this on a t-shirt. I want this on a t-shirt, bud. Time Life magazine cover. People magazine. This is gonna be everywhere. Every newspaper. I'm buying the newspaper tomorrow. That's crazy. Bro, I'm buying the fucking paper tomorrow. Put that on a t-shirt. This man is of the people. This has convinced me more. And I'm not political. I'm not political at all. I just don't like my country being fucked with. I don't like shit being fucked with. Unless it needs to be fucked with. Most shit don't need to be fucked with. It's fine. But no, you have these blue hair freaks that come on in and they're like, well, no, you have to have it this way. You have to have it that way. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that it occurred. It's the fact that it occurred. That's fucking insane. That's insane. And the other video we saw before of the guy telling them, that's nuts. They should have listened to that guy. Donald Trump may have taken a shot to the bulletproof vest. I can't see it. If it's like right over here, it looks like he got shot in another photo. Bro, Keemstar's working in overtime. What the heck? I just can't believe that this happened. It was Mary. Mary was the shooter. It was Mary, dude. Must have been.
Reminds us that Gerald Ford was also the subject. For the viewers, we don't know if this suspected shooter, who's now deceased, was ever in the secure perimeter in the rally itself. We only know that he was neutralized outside of the secure perimeter, outside of the venue itself. So you're talking about the Secret Service response. And so I just want to make that stipulation as well here. You know, I'm also curious, we know in this statement that the incident is currently under investigation and the Secret Service has notified the FBI here. And we're also learning about possible descriptions of the type of weapon that was used here. Jake Gibson for Fox at the Department of Justice is saying it's an AR-style weapon here. I guess, you know, my question for you is, did this go overlooked? I know it's early to ask that question here, but is that going to be part of this? The after-action response here as well. And we do know, Ken, that they were taken out by that counter-strike unit within the Secret Service. That was confirmed as well. So a lot of moving parts here as well. But for the Secret Service's role in taking out this shooter,
during former President
don't they
Trump's campaign
secure
rally,
the outer perimeter as well? How far is that radius? I mean, this is
Secret Service. During former President Trump's campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, on the evening of July 13th at approximately 6:15, a suspected shooter fired multiple shots. Why is he suspected? He did it. Towards the stage from an elevated position outside of the rally venue. U.S. Secret Service personnel neutralized the shooter, who is now deceased. U.S. Secret Service quickly responded with protective measures, and the former president is safe and being evaluated. One spectator was killed. 2 spectators were critically injured. The incident is currently under investigation, and the Secret Service has formally notified the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Feds, of course, the feds are going to come in, but they should have caught it to begin
Butler,
with,
Pennsylvania. It's a rural part where they
times because they have to do the proactive work beforehand, but then they're standing by waiting to react to a potential threat. And you saw how quickly they got up onto the stage and how they put their bodies in protecting the president to get him out of the area here and into that suburban and out of the area.
You better have 100 times the security.
Nonetheless, it'll take
if he don't have 100
investigation
times the
into
security
exactly
this time,
how this transpired, that a shooter was able to get to a position and carry
or
out the
SJW
shot
saying
without
it's
being detected
staged.
before the shot occurred.
Bouncing off of what you and I were discussing earlier about the
SJWs
digital
are saying
footprint of the
it's
suspect.
staged. No, it's fucking not.
Agencies like the FBI, like the
SJWs
Secret
are
Service,
sick.
I would imagine, get
Sick
an
individuals.
unimaginable amount of suspicious activity, threats, assassination threats, things of this nature.
Yeah,
How
if it was
do
an
law
AR,
enforcement
yeah, they
sift
would have
through
got
the
Trump.
noise
But
to find
thank
what's
God
credible
the shooter's
and
poor.
what's not credible?
Yeah, they deal with this all the time.
Ivanka
They get
Trump-
threats all the
Trump
time. Secret
speaks
Service goes
about
out and
her
interviews
father.
people that they determine to be a potential threat, and then
Wait,
determine
Ivanka
whether
Trump
or
put
not
out a
they
statement.
need to do something about that. Sometimes, if a person has made previous threats,
Thank you for your love and
they go
prayers
and they,
for my
they
father
detain that person
and for the
whenever
other victims of
a
today's
protectee is traveling through
senseless
the area.
violence
And
in
so,
Butler, Pennsylvania.
the Secret Service
I
is
am
dealing
grateful.
with threats all the time. We don't know if this person had made a threat
I'm thankful.
or told anybody that he
I'm
was going to
grateful
do this,
to the
or
Secret
it just
Service
was
and
one of
all-
those lone wolves who
all other law
waited
enforcement
and all of a sudden
officers
let
for
the
their
event
freaking
itself announce
decisive
that he was
actions
planning
today.
to do this.
Continue to pray
So
for our
Ken,
country.
we don't know who this
That's
shooter is
crazy,
yet. Their identification is unconfirmed, and so do you anticipate we're going to learn that identity later tonight? And if we do,
Bro, what the
will you be
fuck?
wondering? Will you be asking your colleagues, your
What a loser.
sources here?
Tried to kill
it's
Trump and
something that I'm
missed.
curious about whether or not this person, whoever they might be, was known to law enforcement before this. Whether or not there were any red flags. And
Elon
whoever
Musk
this
says
was,
there have
to
been
Austin's
2
point, their
attempts to
digital
kill him in the past
profile,
8 months.
if they have a criminal rap sheet, if they've ever been, involved with the law in some capacity. Is that something
I
you're going to
believe
be
it.
wondering too, going into the early evening hours here, whether or not this guy was known to law enforcement?
Well, that's
He then
always
walked
the
away,
fear on the
pumping
part
his
of law
fist,
enforcement is
yelling,
that they
"Fight."
may have had information and not acted upon it. We've seen that happen a couple of times with other shooter type events. Where threats were
Fucking
known,
hero. Look at this
and
doofus.
yet the
Look at this
shooter was
doofus.
still able to carry out their actions.
Look at this doofus.
So that
Why won't he call it what it is? Why won't Doofus call it what it is?
Do you think there was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion.
You don't know nothing, buddy. You don't know nothing, buddy.
But I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all
Never
the facts
have
before
the
I make
facts.
any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried, President, with this?
Stupid idiot. He knows he lost. He knows he lost. He's done. He is done. Shooter's dead. The election is secure. Why would somebody do something like that? What is wrong with this guy?
President, do you think there was an assassination attempt?
He doesn't even understand the question. Look at him. Look at him. Why did he do that? Why did he do that?
President, do you think there was an assassination attempt?
Why does he glitch out like that? Bro. The poor guy glitched the fuck out. Dude. That's not normal. This is abuse. This is abuse. We're watching elder abuse.
I don't know enough to. I have.
That's. He don't know nothing, dude.
A new crop of phase talent.
as well. As you saw,
He's clip farming harder than the new crop of phase talent. He's like phase Ronaldo. He's clip farming harder than Jinxie. He keeps throwing up his fucking fist.
Been in many of these Trump rallies, and here's a picture from one of our colleagues there on the ground, the photojournalists who are in the front row, showing the blood on as well.
Bro.
As you saw,
he's fucking scared. They scared. You know they scared. What did Obama say? There's absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. Although we don't know yet exactly what happened, we should all be... Dude, it was an assassination attempt.
You ready? Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Move to the stairs. Stairs get ready. Stairs get ready. You ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
That's crazy.
I think they're going to kill Trump and RFK Jr. probably before the election. I mean, you know they got plans drawn up to kill him. Folks, let me explain something. They may kill me, okay? I don't want to tell everybody this because I've been asked not to.
Bro.
But they had private intelligence agencies and the feds literally following me around 24/7 and doing all sorts of operations against us. And, of course, I don't do anything but go home and go to sleep. So they're really frustrated. But they've got sex ops set up. They've got everything set up, ladies and gentlemen. And it's bad. Now, if they're doing that to me, can you imagine what they're doing to RFK Jr. and Trump? That's why Kushner and his wife and all them won't even really talk to Trump now and have run off. And all the wimps have run off from Trump. Because he's not giving up, but they're all giving up. Because they were all double agents the whole time.
Weak.
I don't like to make really nasty predictions. I think...
Weak. That is crazy. Elon Musk endorses Trump? Good. Good. See, all the SJWs are saying it's staged? That's insane. That is crazy, dude.
That's always a fear that law enforcement has, is that that when an event like this happens, that they missed something, that they did not act on something that they had. That being said, you know, if they had a credible threat, Secret Service would definitely have moved to eliminate that threat before it occurred. But we're just going to have to wait to see once they identify who the person is, whether or not this is a person that was known to law enforcement.
The ID. What are they saying,
hopefully
bro?
they weren't known to law enforcement,
ID.
but that's always a possibility that this is a person that name will pop up when their identity is known, that they have made previous threats or have said something to someone that passed it along.
So, Ken, we've been asking our analysts all afternoon, what is the trouble with securing an event of this nature? But given the new details we're getting in from the Secret Service, it appears this suspect, who is now deceased, was outside of the event at an elevated position. What's the trouble with securing the area around an event? The stuff that's not within the metal detectors, if you will.
Yeah, I think we will see future events
have
the
riots?
secure zone expanded out greater than.
When are the SJW riots? Can we find them? Can we please find them? I want to go stream IRL. It's time.
Just where the people are gathered at, I think that we will see this push the security area, the secure zone out even greater, or the requirement that these type of events move to an indoor venue so as to remove the possibility of some sniper on a rooftop somewhere taking a shot like this. Every time an event...
We must do our part and go expose these fucking SJWs every time. Every rally, every fake Palestine rally, all these fucking bullshit rallies that they have. It's all bullshit. And then when you ask questions, they all start putting up curtains and shit and umbrellas, and I'm like, bro, you guys are fucking retarded. Like, if you can't answer simple questions, how you expect anybody to take you serious?
Event happens like this here, you revise your security posture, you change your security plans. And so this shows that there was a gap in the security, that a person was able to get to a position and carry out the shot without being detected going into that position. We will learn as the details come out how this person was able to get to this position and carry out this shot undetected. But it is a gap in security, and a gap in security that is now being discovered by the fact that they were able to get the shot off. By the way, there were multiple shots, and it shows that this was an AR-type weapon. One, a long-distance shot, and two, multiple shots from it. But the fact that it hit former President Trump in the ear as opposed to hitting him in the head, falls back on the fact that it was a long-distance shot.
So, Ken, we also know there was collateral damage in this shooting, and these are, human lives. We know that obviously the shooter was killed. One spectator was killed as well, plus 2 people were critically injured. We don't essentially know whether or not these people who were injured, were shot, or even if the spectator who was killed, was shot. We just have to wait and see for more of those confirming details here. But I got to ask you, looking ahead to Monday, the beginning of the Republican National Convention there in Milwaukee, the security was already tight there in Milwaukee. The convention is going to take place over the course of 4 days next week. Do Milwaukee law enforcement officials, Wisconsin State Police, the Secret Service reassess that security posture going into Milwaukee? What do you think that's going to be like? Do you think changes are going to have to be made, modifications are going to have to be made here? We're getting some news in as well. Fox producers have reached out. If there are going to be any security changes at the RNC, no comment just yet on that here. Is that a foregone conclusion? Is there just going to have to be after today?
I'm shocked.
There's going to be a review of what the security plans are for the RNC, absolutely. And if any gaps are identified, they're going to close those gaps. They're going to tighten up security. But I don't think they're going to tell us any security changes that they do, because by revealing that information, it provides information to someone who might want to carry out an act, how to change their plan to take in the new security procedures. And so if they do tighten up security, I don't think we will know.
Bro.
All right, Ken, and we are going to have to leave it there for now. As always, we very much appreciate your insight. We'll be checking in soon.
Great. Thank you.
So here's what we'll do now. We'll play Biden's remarks. He spoke just about within the past hour, giving a short update on what he's been briefed on, what he knows about this so far.
He's an idiot.
Let's listen to the president. We do appear to be having some playback issues there. So what we'll do instead is we'll play out with audio this time exactly what we've been talking about all evening. Here's what happened earlier today in Butler, Pennsylvania.
20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Every time.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
Hawkeye's here. This guy in the black shirt.
You ready?
I want to know where
Are we good? Shooter's down. Are we good to move? We're clear. Let's move. We're clear.
I want to see this footage.
Come on. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes, sir. Hold on, your head is bloody. So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes. Okay, watch out. Wait.
That's crazy. I'm shocked still. I deadass woke up to this. I'm like shocked. Shocked. Absolutely shocked.
All right, Trump being led into what's known as the Beast, the presidential vehicle with a fist high in the air. We do have standing by right now, and we thank you for joining us today, David. David Katz is a law enforcement expert. There's so much to break down about this. Your initial reaction to what happened today?
No, like everyone else in the country, shock, a little dismay. The rhetoric directed against President Trump over the last, I mean, even before he was elected president the first time, makes this no surprise. There's vitriol that is just, it's just out of control. So it's no surprise that someone will want to attack him. The surprise I feel professionally is how this was even remotely possible. And the only thing I can say is this is a failure at all levels with respect to planning the security at this event.
What could have been done differently, in your opinion?
Well, yeah. I mean, before any of these events, we do there's an advance. What does an advance do? An advance looks at the facility and tries to figure out from the standpoint of an attacker where the vulnerabilities are. And with respect to an outdoor venue, you would have to look at any high point at least a mile away. That's well within the operational, the effectiveness of even a marginally capable shooter who spent some time on the range. So in this case, the shooter got far, far closer, was in an elevated position. Apparently, it's been reported that people actually saw a suspicious individual with a rifle on that rooftop, and no one did anything?
How do you have the gun near
By the way, that's not to fault the bravery of the Secret Service and law enforcement personnel on that stage. I mean, if you look, they swarmed the president. And there was one, I don't know if this one, when they finally got him up, there's a couple of individuals. I think there's a young lady and two men, one big guy to his left, who make sure he is completely covered. So what they're doing, they're shielding him with their bodies. But despite the bravery, whoever did the initial advance and was responsible for perimeter security, that's a failure.
Are you surprised, given the fact that it's the Secret Service that we're talking about?
When I was a DEA agent, we would, on occasion, be asked to support Secret Service if they needed manpower here and there. In private security, my company has done liaison work. We've done security at venues with Secret Service, I don't know, at least 25 times. And to be perfectly honest, sometimes you're dealing with somebody who is absolutely top shelf and is coming up with things that you didn't think of. And sometimes you get someone who's a little more lackadaisical. It's like anything else. You have, what do they call the individual who finishes last in the medical school class? Doctor. So it's very operator dependent, but I'm really shocked that given the outdoor nature of the venue, that no one is paying attention to the threat posed by a shoulder weapon. I mean, that part, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and I'm not getting anywhere.
Where does this go from here for you? What are you going to be watching for in the coming hours, the coming days, as we learn more about this situation?
Well, I mean, I think everyone's. I'm sure what's primary on your mind is who is the shooter. So we want to know who the shooter is, what the motivation is. Are they a national of this country, or are they someone who is from outside the country? Where they get the firearm? Who have they been talking to? Were they involved? Is this a lone wolf attack, or is it something pre-planned with assistance? So there are so many questions that are going to need answering. I think that's probably my first step. And the other question is, why aren't they looking at high elevated position with line of sight that offers an access to a rifleman who might want to injure the president? That's to me, it's incomprehensible.
I mean, high-profile case-wise, I can think of one specific incident in Las Vegas where we saw a shooter from an elevated platform at that festival so many years ago. Does anything else come to mind when we talk about people being in an elevated position from far away? I mean, this is not something that's out of the question. This is something that one could argue would be a run-of-the-mill thing to prepare for. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Now, in the Las Vegas shooting, you had a shooter firing from an elevated position about 400 yards away. I think it was the 32nd or 33rd floor. So you have high elevation and great distance, but rifle rounds go a really long way. So you have to look at the venue and say, okay, well, if I was perched someplace with a rifle, whether it was scoped or not, could I get line of sight to that podium? And if the answer is yes, what do? You put a body up there. You put a police car out there. You put a few individuals watching those locations, or you get people on those elevated locations. So plus, there's no lack of technology too. They have drones they can put up in the air. They have armored. They have clear ballistic glass that will stop rifle rounds that they could build around the former president while he's speaking. There's so many things that they could do, but for some reason they did.
Is that insane? People's
getting this in. Trump's 2024 campaign website shows no events scheduled. David, what is going to be what is going to be the level of security concern moving toward any future Trump events?
Well, your previous guest, I forget the gentleman's name, he said maybe indoor events. When you have an indoor event, you have far greater control over people coming in and out and what is allowed to get in and out. So that's a possibility. Unfortunately for President Trump, he does pull large crowds, and there are very few indoor venues that can accommodate that many people. But
that's crazy.
You can still hold these outdoor events. Just make sure that you're doing the proper advance, and you're making sure you're securing any vantage point from which a shooter can gain access to anyone on that podium. So I think right now they're probably just saying, okay, no events right now. They're probably going to reassess. But I'm quite sure the president, being the personality type he is not going to just lock himself in a basement. He's going to be out there again, and it's going to be up to the Secret Service to step up and make sure he's safe.
They need to figure this out because he's not going to stop. No one's
David, good to see you. What a horrible set of circumstances here. You can imagine what former President Trump's family and the country writ large is going through. Also, just your rank-and-file Secret Service members, especially the ones assigned to the former president's detail there, who saved former President Trump's life today. And I just wanted to ask, too, and I'm not being critical here of the Secret Service. They did their job today here. But after events that take place, that is the entire reason and necessity for the creation and existence of the Secret Service. Is there going to have to be an internal investigation about something like this happening going forward? I don't want to jump ahead of ourselves here, but is that where they look internally, look inside to see what went wrong? How was this person missed? Yes, they were outside the secure perimeter as well here. So those are my questions. We're getting a new statement in from Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. He says this: U.S. Secret Service Director Cheadle and I have briefed President Biden on today's shooting in Pennsylvania. DHS and the Secret Service are working with law enforcement partners to respond to and investigate the shooting. We condemn this violence in the strongest possible terms and commend the Secret Service for their swift action today. We are engaged with President Biden, former President Trump, and their campaigns, and are taking every possible measure to ensure their safety and security. Maintaining the security of the presidential candidates and their campaign events is one of our department's most vital priorities. So that coming in from Alejandro Mayorkas there at DHS. David, your response to that statement there, obviously a lot of these federal and state agencies are working in tandem as they embark on this investigation here. And then back to my question on the Secret Service itself, what happens internally for them after action, looking at
Wait, Gary's
how
still
this
supporting Biden? No.
You know, a lot going
Gary,
on there. The answer
up.
with your last question first.
Wake up, bud. I know Vanessa's
There's no doubt in my mind that part of their protocol is
that's not it,
make an assessment, line of sight, vantage points from which a rifleman could fire from. There's no doubt about that. It's not even I didn't invent this stuff. Why wasn't it done? That's kind of the question. And you said, well, the Secret Service saved President Trump's life. I would agree 100% with those subsequent shots. I don't know where they were going, but there was a rapid succession of follow-up shots. However, 1 inch, that much, to the other side, and this would be a far different evening. President would have been killed more likely than not. Everyone watching this show, it's his ear. That bullet whizzed by, went through a piece of his ear. You move an inch, and it's in his eye. So when you say the Secret Service saved his life, I am absolutely 100% yes. However, that first shot could have killed him. And that lapse needs to be investigated very, very carefully, because any shot getting off it's a failure. I mean, there's no way of looking at it. The fact that the agents close to the president acted with instinct, with training, with extreme bravery. Honestly, I was not really blown away by how they coordinated removing him from the platform. Looked like a lot of chaos, and I know they practice that stuff. I know that for a fact. But if you listen to what one of the agents was saying, ready? Are we ready? Get him up, ready, moving, move. I mean, no one's moving. And then they kind of assess what to do, and finally they get him up. And if you'll notice, there are gaps around him as he's being moved. Okay, that shouldn't happen. They should be training that, and they do train it. But unfortunately, in a chaotic situation like that, things go a little awry. So those people on the stage, heroic, but there was a lapse outside. Not as a result of lack of bravery or commitment. It's an oversight, but it's an oversight that can't be allowed to happen again.
So, David, you're watching the video there right now. You're watching them take him off the stage. We're watching them just seconds before that huddle around him, surround him. But there was a pause. They waited for him to get up, and then he made the fist in the air. What's with the pause? Why wouldn't they literally just carry him off the stage into the black Suburban? It wasn't even 10 seconds. But they were surrounding him by 5 or 6 or 7 of those Secret Service agents, and then they get him into the vehicle here. Is that just in the moment you are reacting and you're trying to do the best that you can here? You're trying to follow the training. You're trying to follow the protocol, because you have all trained for moments like this. But that pause there, am I looking too much into it?
No, they took too long.
They're supposed to drag him off that stage as quickly as possible, get him into that vehicle.
They jumped on him.
Now, that being said, to get him up, if they didn't know, at some point you listen to the radio traffic and you hear shooter is down. If I'm there, I'm not accepting that. What if there's another shooter? One shooter is down.
Why did they take
at that
so
point,
long?
he's on the ground. He's being covered by bodies. But by the way, depending on the caliber of the rifle used, I have no reason to believe it's not a 5.56 or 223, the AR-15 round. That's reported he was using that. I don't know. It's no way of knowing that. But just because there is a body on top of the president doesn't mean that round it's not going to go through into the president. However, piling on the president was probably the best thing they could do at the time, absent using armor. They have these things. They have protocol shields and armor. But then you're exactly right. They get them up, and now they're not moving.
Right.
Well, I don't know why.
What you're alluding
the stairs
to,
blocked? There is a little bit of complacency. You do these over and over again. How many rallies does the president go to, and nothing happens? And very often when nothing happens, you attribute that to the fact, this will be the same thing. It'll be a nice, quiet event.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did you see they tried to kill the guy?
They missed him.
They shot him right in the head. Like, why would they do that?
Shot him in the ear.
Like JFK.
JFK.
It's like JFK, is it not?
No.
Or is that the CIA?
Who killed JFK? You want to know who I think it was?
Was it the CIA?
No, it was the Union, Jimmy Hoffa. And then Jimmy Hoffa just disappeared.
What do you mean? Hold on,
Read about it.
I have to get my dog water. 1 second. Get my dog water. Oh no, here. It's right here. Here. Oh. I don't know. I woke up.
Read about Jimmy Hoffa.
Chat, tell me about Jimmy Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa killed Kennedy.
Chat.
He had his finger in it.
Chat, tell me about it. Oh, is he like a mobster?
No. He was the head of the union, the Teamsters Union.
What do you mean?
Read about him.
Chat, is this true? I don't know. And there was a guy I'm watching on Twitter.
And Robert Kennedy was the head of the prosecution, like head of the DOJ. Okay, and he went after Jimmy Hoffa.
All right.
And Jimmy Hoffa killed Kennedy, and then Jimmy Hoffa just disappeared.
What do you mean?
Never found the body. Read about him.
What do you mean disappeared?
Disappeared.
Like the government killed him?
Nobody knows.
What do you mean?
Well, they think he was like poured into Yankee Stadium.
Oh,
He was encased in concrete, or he could be buried on a farm somewhere. Or they probably dipped him in acid.
Are you gonna vote for Trump now?
I wouldn't vote for Trump if he was the last fucking person on the planet.
Why?
Why? Well, first, he's a felon.
So?
So?
Josh is a felon.
No. Josh is not a felon.
Josh is a felon.
He is not.
I have 2 non-convicted felonies.
Non-convicted felonies. No. Trump has been prosecuted by 12 people of his peers.
No, that was just set up by a bunch of pissed off people.
All right.
That was just pissed off people trying to. Yeah, they're living in their own shit.
Prosecuted for rape.
We don't know about that. We don't know. Yeah, they did that to Alki David. They did that to Alki David, and you know how many people?
No, convicted of rape.
Do you know how many people get convicted of rape and all murder and all sorts of shit? They end up in prison, and then after years later of them serving all this time in prison, they find out. Guess what? Oh, the person lied. The victim lied.
Oh, okay.
And then they serve 30 years in prison. Do you think that's fair?
Do I? No.
Somebody threw their life away. They served 30 years in prison.
No, but that's not true.
Yeah, but it happens all the time. We don't know if it's true. I wasn't. Were you there? Wait. Were you there? Were you there?
Was I where?
Were you there?
No, but there were witnesses.
I mean, when there's money involved, I feel like people tend to stretch the truth.
And 12 people said he was guilty.
I mean, that doesn't. Yeah, but that's court.
He's going to be sentenced. Wait.
That's
35 counts.
That's not. It's not gonna stick though.
You know it's not. Really?
No.
35 felonies?
It's called a white. It's called a white collar crime. Those are really.
That's not a white collar.
Those are really misdemeanors, actually.
And rape is a crime.
That's here. That nobody. I mean, exactly. I mean, and Bill Cosby too. Everybody else.
Stealing top secret documents is a crime.
I mean, a lot of them do.
Overthrow the government and stay in power is a crime.
I think you're brainwashed, Dad.
I'm brainwashed? What did I watch that on TV when those people
Yeah, it's on TV. Cause you're watching TV. I don't watch TV.
Yeah, the truth.
I don't watch. No, it's not the truth.
Well, then stay ignorant.
The internet's the truth.
You're ignorant.
The internet is the truth.
No,
the internet shows facts by people like me who happen to be standing there with their camera phone.
What about the lawsuit against Fox where they had to...
We don't. All that's white collar shit.
That's not lying.
Yeah, it sounds like bullshit.
Lying about
It sounds like a bunch. Do you know what rich people do when they're bored? They sue each other.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. Ask Alki David, my friend who sued for $900 million.
Okay, that's fine.
No, it's not fine. He was accused of rape by the same people. He was accused of rape. He was accused. My friend was accused of. My friend was accused of rape, Dad. My friend was
accused. Trump did rape that
No, my friend Alki David was accused of rape. No, it's the same thing. Same thing. Same tax bracket. Same thing.
This man walked into a fitting room where the woman was trying.
We don't know this happened.
No, we know this happened. It's on
No, we don't know. We don't know.
Okay, Justin, you don't know. You're just ignorant.
It's all hearsay. I mean, yeah, you trust the internet. I love my dad, but like, I don't know. I'd rather be a fucking free thinker, bro, and trust what I see online. And because I can see, I know if something's photoshopped. I know how to zoom in and see if something's warped. I'm not fucking I'm retarded, but not that retarded. Dude, Trump's gonna win this 100%. It's gonna be non-stop content. Non-stop content. Nelly, cut it out. Stop.
Watch out.
You okay? That's crazy. LGBT. I don't know what to say. Who chose that path? I chose to be a free thinker. Bro, MAGA hat is boosting. Let's go.
Okay, so Trump being put into the presidential vehicle, I've been erroneously calling it the Beast. The Beast is the name that you call the current president. That's whatever vehicle the current president is in. Former President Trump being whisked away into those black SUVs where we understand he was taken to a local hospital. His campaign since saying that he is fine, and we continue on with our coverage. We have Biden's remarks. They are short. Let's play them out.
Thanks for coming, folks. I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies in the federal government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors.
You guys want to go to DC?
Apparently, he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that the people, and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if we don't. If I'm not able to if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I am able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried for your own safety? Was the security failing, Mr. President?
All right. Biden speaking earlier today in his home state of Delaware. Biden. We are following this situation closely. We've been talking with our analysts and Lieutenant Randy Sutton joining us now. Randy, we appreciate you coming on. This is something that it's going to take time for us to learn all the details. We're getting details in piece by piece, little by little. Here's what we're hearing from Jake Gibson. He's a producer with Fox News, saying shooter dead, AR recovered. Federal law enforcement source says the shooter is dead and that an AR-style rifle was recovered at the scene. What do you make of AR-styled?
Well, high-powered rifle that was utilized in this clearly an assassination attempt. I don't care what Biden said. When someone shoots at a presidential candidate, hits him in the ear, that's an assassination attempt. The fact that at least one person has lost their life, I think that lends to the gravity of this situation. Thank God for the Secret Service. The fact that they were able to take out the shooter within a very, very short period of time, which is what the Secret Service is meant to do. This is a moment in history. Why this guy was the photograph of Donald Trump after he recovered, bleeding from his ear, blood running down his face, holding his fist up triumphantly, as if saying, I'm not afraid of you, will become an iconic photograph in history.
We'll find out tomorrow, probably.
The fact that this assassination attempt took place shows the desperation of people that do not want him elected. They're desperate. As this election gets closer and the RNC begins its deliberations over the next week to declare him the official candidate, I'm afraid that the violence may ramp up and that the threats will ramp up as well.
So, I got to ask you, Randy, I know you were working in Vegas when the shooting happened there. The shooter was elevated in that situation at the Mandalay Bay Hotel, shooting down on a crowd of innocent people at a music festival. Preliminary details are telling us so far that this shooter was outside of the event and at an elevated position. What's the challenge with securing such areas that are within proximity of something big like this?
So the Secret Service has ultimate responsibility for declaring an area safe when it comes down to, an outside appearance by a dignitary like Donald Trump. But you can't, there is no way that you can cover everything. There will be an investigation that takes place into how did this individual get through.
Why was nobody watching the perimeter?
And get into a position where he could take a shot at Mr. Trump. There's going to be a massive investigation as to that. But the reality is, when you have an open area to try and protect at every level, at every building, it's a monumental task. In this particular case, there was a breach. This breach could have been fatal to the president, to the former president. And there will be a lot of questions to be answered here.
Okay, so Randy, Andrew Kraft standing by as well. And Andrew, I think you have some more details to share.
Yeah, of course, we're still monitoring all the reaction. We just got a new statement in from the Attorney General, Merrick Garland. He says as follows: I've been briefed on the shooting at former President Trump's rally and have briefed the president, the FBI, ATF, U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of Pennsylvania, and the department's National Security Division are currently working with the Secret Service as well as state and local law enforcement partners on the ground in Butler, Pennsylvania. My heart is with the former president, those injured, and the family of the spectator killed in this horrific attack. He says we will not tolerate violence of any kind, and violence like this is an attack on our democracy. The Justice Department will bring every available resource to bear to this investigation. Randy, you and I have talked so frequently after, especially mass shootings. This was not a mass shooting, though the former president of the United States was struck by a bullet in the right ear here. I want to read out some of the sources saying to Jackie Heinrich at the White House for Fox about the Secret Service's response and some of the alleged and perceived shortcomings from it. A former senior federal law enforcement source to Fox telling Jackie, Secret Service failed. Shooter was high ground, took way too long to get him out, and he was exposed if there was a second shooter. That was an inch away from his assassination, the source adding they did a good job of putting their lives on the line.
No, they did not.
We want to make sure that we're highlighting how quickly they reacted. The Secret Service puts their lives on the line each and every day for not only the President of the United States, but former presidents of the United States and their family members here. Do you share some of these thoughts with the source saying that to Jackie Heinrich, that the entire creation and existence of the Secret Service is for the protection of the president, obviously,
these photos
and
of
former
Trump
presidents
are
and
like a
presidential
Renaissance
candidates
painting.
like Trump? Do you think the Secret Service failed here?
I think there's going to be a really active investigation into just that.
Of
course,
bro,
that is the job of the Secret
we're
Service.
witnessing a renaissance.
And to protect from snipers, well, that's a major part of it. There are unlimited resources that the Secret Service has in order to protect the president, former president, and other dignitaries of that stature. So, unfortunately, the fact that this individual was able to, from a high ground position, get into the position in order to shoot at the president, fire numerous shots, it appears to be. There's going to be a massive investigation into were there failures, and let's face it, anytime that there is an attack like this, and the Secret Service is at the forefront to protect that protectee, you can bet that there's going to be a lot of eyes on this.
And look what happened to our country.
We do apologize for the audio interruption there. We are playing back what we saw earlier, Randy. So, you know, this is something that, as you mentioned, this is going to be quite the investigation that's going to be undertaken here. Where do investigators begin? And maybe if I could lean on your expertise with the festival in Las Vegas, when you're talking about such a mass event with such a high-profile subject,
they failed America.
Where do you begin?
Look at this guy. This guy right here. In
the first thing they're going to begin with is to do a deep dive into the individual who was killed. They're going to be examining his social media, his all of his devices. Was he acting alone? Were there other people that were involved? What was the politics involved with this? There are so many questions to be answered in such a deep investigation that has to take place into the shooter himself. relatives of the shooter, friends of the shooter. This is going to be a massive investigation, especially to determine if there was a conspiracy involved. The fact that one individual was killed doesn't mean that there were not other shooters that were in place, but perhaps didn't take a shot. And so that's why this investigation is going to be so critical. There was preliminary indications that came out relative to the politics of the shooter being a follower of Antifa.
That's why I knew it. I knew it.
A loose association of anarchists, individuals who are capable of deep acts of violence, committed incredible acts of violence during the last George Floyd riots, many other riots as well. So, who is the shooter? What was his background?
There was a sniper that had eyes on the bad guy.
This is going to be the crux of the investigation.
Andrew Kraft, I believe you have another update.
Yeah, and Randy, I was going to ask you, going into the RNC starting Monday, what is the security posture going to look like for Milwaukee, and is it going to be modified in any form? We're learning from the Trump campaign and the RNC. They just... And it goes as follows. As was communicated earlier this evening, President Trump is doing well and grateful to law enforcement and first responders for their fast action.
Something that said,
President
take
Trump
a look what happened.
Joining you all in Milwaukee as we proceed with our convention to nominate him to serve as the 47th President of the United States. As our party's nominee, President Trump will continue to share his...
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart's a couple of months old. If you want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Also, the chairman of the RNC,
what the fuck?
Michael Whatley, and the co-chairman, Laura Trump, who is, of course, the former president's daughter-in-law as well. So the RNC going on as scheduled, as proceeded, Austin. It does not appear that there are going to be any
shot? Hang on. We got to
or...
stop this. Why didn't he take the shot, dude? His sniper, you could tell he sees him. You look right there, and you tell he sees him. Wait, where did I just lost that. I just lost that. You sit there, bro, you can't tell me he hasn't seen him. They were unsure it was a friendly. How is he unsure it's a friendly?
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look.
Look, he sees, he looks up, he notices.
What happened?
He could have taken the shot, dude.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart's
Failed
a couple
sniper.
of months old, and if
yeah,
you
but he was in a position where he could have seen him, bro.
Take a look what happened.
He's in a position where he could have seen him. It makes me upset. This makes me upset. Bro, legendary photo. Ain't gonna stop him. Ain't stopping Trump. That's the new info that I know. I can't tell if that's a bullet. I think that's just a ripple. It doesn't look like it, because there's no way it would have gone that far. Unless it's just a really shitty shot.
Disruptions in the normal course of the schedule. Of course, just this morning and last night, the RNC put out a long list of the scheduled speakers who are going to be addressing delegates there at the convention on the stage in Milwaukee. The RNC on as planned.
And one thing I want to ask about the RNC is security is already going to be tight, Randy. What else can be done to secure a site like the RNC?
Wait,
we're talking about
show the guys
yet another
photo?
very large-scale event with a lot of people. and a lot of interest. What are the challenges that are going to come up next week?
Wait, I can't show a dead body, can I?
Well, there are of course tons of challenges, but at least the Secret Service has an enclosed area in which they need to secure. So it's not like it's open
They blew his fucking head
where
off.
there can be a long range shot.
Yeah,
that kind
it's
of thing.
pretty.
So
I don't know how to make it not safe for
in
work,
that
bro.
regard, it's a little less. It's a little less hazardous.
Oh, well.
But you could guarantee
Y'all gonna see some
that there are
graphic shit
going
today.
to be
America.
There's going to be a massive change in the security arrangements. They won't say
I don't know
it,
how to put
but
spoiler
there's
on
going
it.
to be additional personnel. There will be additional resources
I don't know how
dedicated
to
to
put
the
a
protection
spoiler on it, buddy.
of the president. And you know,
Y'all gonna see a blown off
here's
head
something
today, I
kind of,
guess.
interesting is that I am actually going to be speaking at the RNC on Tuesday evening about law enforcement topics, which is a little incongruous considering what's taken place. But I can tell you this, that Donald Trump, in his comments about law enforcement, that's real Donald Trump. He has always had an abiding respect for law enforcement. He's always had an incredible relationship with the police, and so it doesn't surprise me that he came out and the first thing that he said was to compliment law enforcement on what took place here.
You know, Randy, we have you on so often to break down scenes as they're happening in real time. We have you on for police chases, a litany of other breaking news events. This one, though, takes on a different characteristic. What were your initial thoughts? What stuck out to you as you watched the footage that we're watching on our screen right now?
So when I first heard this, I wish I could tell you that I was surprised that this occurred, but I'm not.
Yeah, I think
I've been so concerned with an attempt on Mr. Trump's life, literally for not just months, but a longer period of time than that. We've seen the desperation on the left to derail Mr. Trump's campaign. Literally, they've shown that they are willing to do anything. And I think that this attempt on his life should underscore
Civil war has begun.
The deep divide and
all right, boys, we got to start preparing to go get content. We need to find out every march, every rally, everything that's going to be happening.
Of certain individuals on the left to do anything to stop Mr. Trump.
We need to start preparing we're leaving. Nellie and I are going.
It's not surprising, unfortunately.
We're going to go.
Given what we've seen in recent history when it comes down
Nellie
to
has to go to Florida.
How Mr. Trump has had to face down so many challenges, both within the lawfare and the attacks from.
Let me take her out right quick.
Our own government, as opposed to, from the outside, as we apparently saw today.
Randy, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we are going to stick with this story for the rest of the evening. We are going to take our...
Of course we are.
We're going to take a commercial break right now. We'll be right back with more. There's so much information coming in. We're learning more and more about the situation as the minutes passed. Let's take that break. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I think we're turning the mic up. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's the mic. Dude, I don't know. My mic should be working, right?
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Thank you to my colleagues, Karel Lahara and Austin Westfall, who have guided you through this historic moment, this really tragic event that unfolded this afternoon in Butler, Pennsylvania, at the Trump rally there. Former President Trump was shot, and the upper part of his right ear. He is safe. He's in good spirits, according to his campaign. And the RNC will go on as planned. But the nature of this campaign, the nature of this election cycle, the fabric of the United States after this, it is forever changed. And we'll be breaking it down as best as we can. We're getting so many of these new details, facts.
Bro,
you have questions. I have questions. We're doing our best here to outline some of them in real time. Yes, they're coming in piecemeal. We've gotten so many reactions in from governors, senators, members of Congress, world leaders, and people from all across the political spectrum, all political stripes weighing in, sending their best to former President Trump, wishing him well, praying for them, praying for him, and praying for the country writ large here. We have so many of them. I want to put them up. You can see them as follows here. We want to thank you for being with us. This has been quite a momentous day, a tragic day, a day that is now indelibly marked on this national psyche and in this campaign cycle. We do have a live picture there. This is a shot in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Holy shit.
At the campaign rally. At least you see the American flag there. And you see the lights still shining. It's almost 9 o'clock there in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump, of course, is safe now. He's supposedly in good spirits after this shooting incident took place. We know the shooter is dead. We know an attendee at the rally was also killed. We know 2 other attendees were critically injured as well here. This is a live picture at what was once a very raucous, crowded field in rural Pennsylvania. Of course, you know Butler, Pennsylvania, not far from Pittsburgh. I believe former President Trump was taken to the hospital in Pittsburgh, according to some of the reporting that we are seeing as well. You also see this live picture there with some supporters of the former president with Trump signs, also with American flags in the back of that pickup truck there as well. And you know the political context at play here. We're less than 48 hours away from the beginning of the Republican National Convention there in Milwaukee, in which we're told on Wednesday the former president will announce his running mate for this cycle. Of course, we've been covering extensively who's on the short list for that decision, including Florida Senator Marco Rubio, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. What we want to do right now, at the top of the hour, we're going to as well, let you see the moments this all unfolded. This is about a 2-minute clip. It happened not too far into the rally. He was talking about immigration and border issues, something he talks about at length there in these campaign rallies. Of course, you know he had a campaign rally earlier this week in Doral, Florida, at his golf club there near Miami. So you've seen this by now. If you haven't, this is the moment where the bullet grazed the former president's ear and Secret Service huddled around him, surrounded him, tackled him, and got him into his waiting black SUV. Let's watch.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Not stopping the red wave.
Move it there. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. All guys here. All guys here. Move it to the stair. Stair, get ready. Stair, get ready. We ready?
Bro, this is insanity. Like, I'm still in shock. And I found out about this maybe 2 hours ago. Dude, I was sleeping when this happened. Sheesh. I feel like they could have done a better job. Linda is in strong spirits. Let's go.
All right, that was the moment. We wanted to show you that. If you hadn't seen it by now, no doubt you probably have there as well. Did you notice once the coast was clear, he said pause, he said stop, and he gave a fist bump to the crowd, to his supporters, kind of in pure Trumpian fashion there. And he did so as he got into the waiting SUV as well. A sure sign that he was going to be okay.
Not a pussy.
He is going to be okay. He told us
not a
as
pussy
in that post on Truth Social, confirming for all of us that he indeed got shot with a bullet at the upper
part of his right ear there as well. So we're at the top of the hour. It's 7 o'clock here on the West Coast. It's 10 o'clock now there in Butler County, Pennsylvania. You see there this now nighttime vantage point of the rally site. Not a person in this shot here. Very eerie, very empty. You see the American flag standing there, draped there, a large American flag. What a scene. What a moment. Here we're also hearing from President Biden as well.
America.
He very quickly came out and briefed the nation on the investigation. And he said as much, that he was
Linda's sewing a new flag right now. True story.
And that
Linda loves America.
They will get on a call as well. This is what President Biden had to say there in Wilmington, Delaware today. Let's watch this.
Thanks for coming, folks. I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies
He glitched.
of the government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And so, I want to thank the Secret Service and all the state agencies that have engaged in making sure that people
He loves it.
Detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if we don't. If I'm not able to get, if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line.
Deep down, he knows it's over.
The Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of.
Trump loves the rallies.
Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports.
Bro, where's Trump speaking at next?
And I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to him.
Where's Trump speaking next? We must find out. We must find out. It's going to be the biggest event. We have to find out where he's going to be.
President Biden was waiting for the facts at the time when he gave that address there to the nation as well, saying he was trying to get in touch with the former president. If they do get in touch, he will let us know as well here.
Had to get in touch with them?
At the White House.
Like, yo, bro, what happened out there? They tried to assassinate you?
Heard from former President Trump.
Yes, confirm it?
Always do on his platform, Truth Social. He says this: I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for the rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It's incredible that such an act can take place in our country.
Yeah, we got to put him in a box like the Pope.
The shooter, who is now dead.
They tried to kill the Pope, dude.
A bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear.
No, that was me.
Immediately that something was wrong,
Good
and
girl.
then I heard a whizzing sound, shots,
No.
and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized
I have to fix the thing.
what was happening. God bless America,
Good girl, no.
in all caps. We're going to bring into the conversation my friend, 24-site reporter and founder, Tom Lovianco, who I believe is on his way to Milwaukee tomorrow. Tom, good to see you. What a horrible set of circumstances there coming out of Butler, Pennsylvania today with the former president. And you cover politics so closely. I got to say, and just to offer some levity in all of this, that's pure Trump, is it not? Letting us know first he was actually shot by a bullet here.
Yeah, it is. This campaign, I just want to open by saying that violence is never the way. It just isn't. I think about when my daughter was younger, and I would talk with her.
How far are we from Milwaukee?
We don't, that's how we handle things. And it's one of the reasons that we live in the society that we do right now. And yet, here we are. There's been a lot of this recently, unfortunately. We can go back to the hammer attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband.
Pelosi.
January 6th. The attack on Steve Scalise, the attempt to kill Steve Scalise, about almost a decade ago at the baseball practice. Yeah. This is not how we handle things.
They tried to kill JFK, dude.
No, it's not. So I mean, look, the story itself is developing fast. We're learning a lot fast about this. Still a lot to learn about who the shooter was.
Who cares? Fuck him. He's dead.
That, for me at least, as a reporter, is a main focus. Who is this? What were their purposes here? It's good to hear that the former president is okay, is safe, and it's sad that this happened in a
we ain't gonna make it.
Mass audience.
I don't even think he's speaking tomorrow.
But violence is not the way. And I've seen some of these people on Twitter promoting violence, and that's not good. As a response to this, that's not good either.
No,
I told you the Dems love it.
Voting, that is how you make your political knowledge and your political leanings known, of course, Tom. Tom, though, you're a student of American history and political history. We know these names in history of who attempted to assassinate presidents and who actually did assassinate presidents. John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald, John Hinckley Jr., whoever this person is. I mean, this name will be kind of seared indelibly in all of our psyches going forward, because this has not happened in so long. You mentioned, though, some of the recent...
Fuck their name. Their name should never be released.
Baseball practice on the field there. Steve Scalise, he's now House Majority Leader. Took a long time for him to recover from that. He was gravely injured as well. You also talk about the attack on former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi's husband. We've also seen recently...
Pelosi loves this.
Leaders who have been assassinated. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. This assassination attempt here months ago.
All the Democrats should be locked away.
Greeting supporters as well, Tom. Excuse me. So, you're right. This has unfortunately been a common feature.
They're the reason this happened.
In recent history here. But I want to talk about Milwaukee, Tom. We just got a statement in. We have this live picture there outside the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. The RNC and the Trump campaign said that they are going on as planned. The proceedings are still happening. It is business as usual. The show must go on there in Milwaukee. Tom, what do you make of that? Is that speaking to kind of the resilience of the party, trying to rally the country? You're going to Milwaukee.
Bro.
How different now is it going to be there at the convention?
Well, I'm going to be watching for what the security is.
Should we go to Milwaukee?
If the perimeter is extended out at all, past the Pfizer, further from the Pfizer arena where the convention is being held. There's, one of the things that's really important here, and I was talking earlier today, right after this happened, with someone who's done advanced work in the past, and they noted to me, advance is when you set up things for presidents, when you set up things for presidential candidates. He was noting to me that in these open air environments, I mean, I've been to a number of the Trump rallies over the years, and
$600, boys. You guys are poor.
Campaigning now, and you go through a very normal.
I'm kidding, bro.
You have
it's $600.
The Secret Service did by everything that we could.
We would have to fly American, though, so I could take Nelly. Because, dude, driving there is out of the question.
You can try to account for as much as possible, but in an open-air environment like that, it becomes harder. And which, to the point of the convention, I would suspect, I'm just thinking of this rationally here, I would suspect it's less of a security concern. And because you're in a closed environment where you can do a better job of securing, you know, who comes in, who goes out, what comes in. Now, you know, I'll be watching for, is the security heightened at all? You know, are there increased screens?
Of course it is.
Measure, is the perimeter moved out at all? But on the surface, it seems like a much safer environment than an open air campaign route.
Yeah, and of course, Tom, we heard from President Biden. Both the president and the vice president were briefed on this. Okay, we actually have a new live picture right now.
I don't know.
We were told from the New York City mayor.
I know.
Trump Tower.
This is a live picture now outside of Trump Tower in New York. We were told that security is being ramped up outside some of these properties there in New York City.
We got to go to Vegas to Trump.
Street, including City Hall and other places like Foley Square there as well. You know, Tom, you've been to many Trump rallies. I've been to many Trump rallies. We were speaking to a lot of law enforcement experts, and the unfortunate thing that they told us was they were surprised this had not happened yet. That there was always the possibility, because he does so many of these in open air settings like we saw there in Butler, Pennsylvania. Today, yes, some of them are in really, really big venues that are inside. You have to go through metal detectors here.
MAGA.
But the vulnerabilities at play that made this ripe for something so horrible like what happened there today in Butler, PA.
Should we go downtown? You think there's people downtown?
To the kind of open air vulnerabilities of going to a Trump rally. Obviously, you shouldn't be thinking about that in the back of your mind if you're an American citizen, if you're a Trump voter, if you just want to go hear a former president talk. You shouldn't have to deal with
a Biden rally? When's the next Biden rally?
That's
Now at this point, the things that make it
Bro, look at the AR. He's ready to kill a terrorist.
Yeah, and what I try to do when, you know, we're all veterans of the social media world now at this point.
I'm a veteran.
On the good stuff.
Give him my check.
The sane, the normal, this is not good. We are praying, and we cannot have this happen.
PTSD from all the internet.
Talk about the Biden campaign, the Biden White House too, but you know, we've talked about it at length in the last 2.5 weeks now. The fallout from Biden's poor debate performance and the calls on him to, you know, step out of the race completely, not run for re-election. The Biden campaign is telling Fox, Tom,
do you think there's people downtown like at City Hall?
$50 million worth in all swing states, all several swing states, Tom, off the air. Does that say something about the nature of this moment in the campaign?
Yeah, feels like a wake-up call. It really does. It's dramatic. And, you know, was watching Biden.
Biden better step down.
You know, I was thinking about these dual roles that he's.
I don't know. People might be protesting.
He's a candidate for re-election, running against.
Protesting. I don't know, dude.
So they are political opponents, but at the same time, he is.
It's a Saturday night. SJWs love to protest.
The commander-in-chief of the United States of America. And this was, as we now know, law enforcement are treating it as an assassination attempt.
One second.
Of the United States. And you see him walking that line, you know, at the end, I'm pretty sure that was Zeke Miller from the AP that shouted out the question right there at the end of the Biden presser. And you saw him hesitate a little bit and say, you know, I'm dealing with facts right now. I've got some opinions. But given the severity of this, we've got to work with facts. Okay. And, yeah, this feels like a wake-up call.
And, of course, if the president and the former president do speak on the phone, we'll definitely bring that reporting here. That hasn't happened yet, or at least we haven't heard that has happened yet, but if it does, we'll make sure our viewers know that. Tom LoBianco, thanks so much for your time. I know you're headed to Milwaukee. Safe travels there, and hopefully we'll be speaking there at the RNC. Thanks, Tom.
Gladly.
All right, in the meantime here, we want to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, though, we'll be bringing on more of our law enforcement experts, counterterrorism experts, to talk about the investigation that now proceeds from this very tragic, horrible shooting there at the Trump rally that injured the former president, that killed an attendee, and that critically injured 2 other attendees as well. We know a weapon has been recovered. We know the shooter is dead. We don't know who the shooter is. We don't have an identification just yet. No idea on the gender, no idea on the age, or the political affiliations, the political leanings. We don't know anything about who may have done this. We don't also know if there were multiple people involved in the planning of this, whether it was a conspiracy of sorts. So in these situations, as reporters, we have to tell you also what we don't know. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. At that point, more where this came from in just 2 minutes.
Yo, why is my poop bloody? I don't think that's normal. No, one person died at the rally sitting behind Trump, and one person was the shooter. That's why they say it's 2 people died. Yeah, going to Milwaukee right now is a hot ticket. Very expensive. I know my body's not happy with the bad news, dude. I'm bummed out, dude. I'm sad. I want Trump to be okay. This is not good.
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Thanks for being with us on this very, very sad, somber day in American history. The attempted assassination of a former president, of the presumptive Republican nominee, one Donald J. Trump there. We have live pictures outside Trump Tower there in New York City. We also have a live picture there outside
Oh my
of
gosh.
Mar-a-Lago in South Florida. Supporters there on the sidewalk.
There's Linda.
This live picture as well.
There's
We're
Linda.
at the
Big L.
rally site there in Butler, Pennsylvania, and of course, looking ahead, Fiserv Forum there in Milwaukee, the home, the venue of the Republican National Convention, which will begin on Monday and will last till Thursday. We're told that all plan is a go there in Milwaukee. We know that the former president
Dude,
will make his
there's nothing I can do. Look, I this is the best I got.
people from around the country, elected leaders,
Dude.
world leaders, former presidents.
Dude, this is the best I got.
Weighed in on this, have reacted, issuing their support, praying for the former president, but praying for the country as well. More importantly, here we do have some more.
Is that better?
reaction as well?
Sheesh.
Alexis McAdams with Fox News. She was at the rally, and she's been speaking to a lot of witnesses.
Is that better, dude?
This was before the sun went down. She also spoke with the mayor of Butler, Pennsylvania. Let's watch this.
The mayor.
The former president, what happened? I was actually with the president about 15, 20 minutes before that awful thing occurred.
Why is this guy bragging?
My wife and I and my family were seated front row. I just left the stage, and obviously a complete 180. You know, we all came in here with smiles and hope for the future, and And what's happened today, I'm speechless over. All I can think of right now is that this is representative of the vitriol and the hate that a lot of people in the United States seem to have for people with conservative ideals and principles behind them. And I'm just sorry that it's come to that. And I'm sorry that it's come to that here in Butler County.
Where were you standing when the former president and the
Fox News would never hire a transformer.
Yeah, I was standing right on the barrier to the left of the stage, front row. And you know, at first I heard that first crack. I started to look around. I thought it couldn't possibly have been around. You know, I thought for sure it might have been a firecracker. But I looked at my wife, who's a state police officer. I pushed her down to the ground. On the second one, it sounded to me like it might have been a 22 round or something similar to it. I asked her if she thought it sounded like a 22. She said yes. We just yelled for everybody to get down on the ground and stay down to allow the
Wait, it might be. What the fuck?
to do what it is they had to do. We weren't really quite sure.
Are we in the Matrix?
Just a few feet behind me, there's an unfortunate individual who lost his life to this maniac.
Did you see the person who was shot?
I did. I did see some of that. Of course, I didn't see the shot itself, but I did.
So you turn around, so you push your wife down, you look around for your family, you take cover of yourself, you see the president get back up, give that fist bump, you turn around and you see somebody in the crowd had been shot.
They were shot. And they were on the bleachers, and it was just a really sad thing to witness. And unfortunately, I understand that individual lost their life.
Was it a man? Was it a woman? What did you see?
From what I saw, was that there was a gentleman there who again was shot, and very sad just to witness that. I can't think or imagine what.
Notice how all the people behind them in the shot are looking, they're just chilling, they're having conversation. If it was any other group of people, it wouldn't be that calm.
Have you heard from any of your partners in the law enforcement area here in Butler County, and what are they saying?
I've heard from a couple individuals, but I just want to say, you know, unfortunately this time I don't want to comment on anything I might have heard because I don't want anything to be shared that might make it more difficult for law enforcement professionals to get to the bottom of it. I certainly don't want to make their job any harder. So, you know, at this time I'm going to say that I know
Trump
everything that you know, ma'am. And,
won. Trump won today. Trump won big time today. Democrats lost. Democrats lost today. And the guy is dead.
It seems that certainly is the case, and it's just a disgusting thing to have had to happen.
This is a huge day for you. You know, as the mayor of a tiny area here, to have a big rally in Butler County. You were excited to have the former president out here. Did you get to talk to him much?
I did. I got to spend a few minutes with him, and you know, I was elated just to have been able to talk with him. My wife and I, again, just 15
Bro.
The shots were fired, and we had a pleasant conversation, and he was kind enough to even say that I watched you, and you did a good job, and I thought, wow, how great that was.
Damn, that nigga grazed me, got me raising my fist, BLM. Trump's crazy, dude. On bro, if I would have had my Glock, I would have shot back at them hoes. Trump's wild, dude. Trump gets wild. Wait, is this the Trump shooter? Wait, I think this is a photo of the Trump shooter. I'm looking in Discord. Of course it would be in this Discord. Of course it would be in Steven's Discord. This is allegedly the shooter. This is allegedly the SJW. Bro, that hair says it all. Bro, the hair says it all. It's gotta be him. It looks like an SJW. Look at the neck beard. The neck beard says it all, bro. That's a content creator on YouTube? Oh. Well, I don't know, bro. Hey, look, it was posted in Asian Andy's Discord, bro.
Assassination attempt on the Slovakian prime minister, what, a month and a half ago there, and he survived that attempt. We've also talked about previous assassinations of former leaders like Shinzo Abe there in Japan and others. This has now come back to America's shores with the former president of the United States, the Republican presumptive nominee, and now we're learning more details about how the investigation goes.
My name is Nick White. Bro, wait. I gotta read this. I gotta read this. This is gold, bro. Is this to Mary? Wait, was this sent to Mary? I'm choking, bro. My name is Nick White. As a dedicated lawyer specialist in wrongful evictions, I am committed to protecting the rights of tenants facing unjust removal from their homes. My expertise in this area of law ensure that I can provide comprehensive legal support and representation to those who have been wrongfully evicted, helping them navigate the complexities of the legal system by advocating from fair treatment, holding landlords accountable. I strive to seduce justice. Bro, so they are fucking with their heart. Fuck Mary. Oh, I miss her, though. You want the real picture? Yeah, I can't show the gory picture. I posted it in Discord. That's the only photo I know of that exists of them. I can't post the gory photo anywhere else. Hold on, I gotta fix my bubbler again. John, no. Nelly, why do you like to sit there? No, watch out. I don't want to step on you. Little doggy. Doggy. You're a good girl. Yeah, dude, I can't show the photo of him getting shot. Am I a Democrat? No. Far from it. I am from Florida, my guy.
Fox officials. So, according to a White House official, Hal, this evening President Biden spoke to former President Trump. The president also spoke to Pennsylvania.
Brandon's an idiot.
And Butler Mayor Bob Dandoy. Tonight, the president is returning to Washington. Tomorrow morning at the White House, he will receive an updated briefing from Homeland Security and law enforcement officials. And following his remarks this evening, the president and the vice president received an updated briefing from the following Homeland Security and law enforcement officials, including the director of the Secret Service, Kim Cheadle, the secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, Liz Sherwood-Randall, and Merrick Garland, Jake Sullivan, Christopher Wray, also many other staffers participated there in the meeting as well. So in the meantime, we're going to leave this show
shot up, and you see the White House, we're expecting President Biden's arrival any time here. We're also hearing reports that former President Donald Trump has been released from the hospital. So, Hal, that is the news right now. Biden spoke with Trump. Biden had said that he was trying to, at the best time here as well, and they have spoken on the phone. Biden also spoke to Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania and the mayor of Butler, Pennsylvania as well, Hal. So, Hal, knowing all of this, and I read out the names, he's receiving some of these updated briefings from law enforcement officials. I have in front of me the statement in from Merrick Garland saying, I have been briefed on the shooting at former President Trump's rally and have briefed the president, the FBI, ATF, U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of Pennsylvania, and the Department's National Security Division are working with the Secret Service as well as state and local law enforcement partners on the ground there in Butler. So, Hal, so many jurisdictions, federal and state, working on this. What are they doing right now? At this very moment, it's a little after 10:30 there in Butler, PA. Where is the investigation going right now?
Well, where they're at now is they probably have a joint operations center with all the aforementioned jurisdictions are in there. I have history working these types of operations centers where you have all the different agencies in there. And they're looking at various different things. Obviously, Secret Service is looking at it as an attempted assassination on the president. They're looking at a variety of other issues as well. Lessons learned. They're doing a lot of forensics. The FBI is with them on this, though, because they don't know the motivation of the shooter or potential if this could be more than just one. Could this be a larger conspiracy? They don't know that now. And as you've probably heard, there's a lot of things going on out there. New NYPD has increased security on a couple of buildings, the Trump Tower being one of them, in anticipation that this could be something that could be bigger, depending on what's going on. No one knows for sure. So they're amping up security across the board, and the FBI is going to be doing a very broad investigation in concert with the Secret Service to find out, does this have links to terrorism? And I know this is a thing to think of, but they're also going to be looking at potential foreign actors. Don't forget, we have had assassination plots here in the U.S. that were, planned by Iran.
Yeah, if I was a dirty Dem, I would never have done that whole Mary eviction thing.
An assassination plot foiled that was aiming at the CEO of Leinbell, the largest defense contractor in Germany.
You think Linda raised a Democrat?
With Iran, we've seen other things around the world. Certainly North Korea has done assassinations overseas. Sure. So you have to look at all of these things along with terrorism.
I'm Linda's son, buddy.
And by the way, keep in mind that you have somebody who was there who was killed.
I knew it was going to float. I knew it was going to float back up. I don't know how I knew, but I knew. It was too good to be true to just sit there.
Aspect of this is going to be very,
Damn it.
very important.
All right, hang on.
As well. In the meantime, though, the details and information have not come out about who this person was, the individual, no identification just yet. And Hal, you're a student of American history. You know, for decades after the fact, we know who these shooters are. They are unfortunately ingrained in history books, infamously. John Wilkes Booth, John Hinckley Jr., Lee Harvey Oswald, some successful in their attempts, others not so. This was not an assassination. This was just an attempt here. But the distinction without a difference here, going forward, I don't know, you don't know, some of these details, like who this person was, were they from the community, did they travel out of town, where did they get their weapon, also did they interact with people at the rally before this, did they have help doing this, some of their digital profiles, all of these questions still. Now we're what, four hours after this story happened? We still don't know. And do you think we will know by tonight or into tomorrow?
Well, I think it's going to take a while. I think they'll probably have a name of whoever. I'm sure they'll have released a name at some point here of whoever they shot. But that doesn't end the story. Even if they have what appears to be a very, very plausible plausible situation where he was a lone wolf actor and stuff. But I would remind that with John Wilkes Booth and Lincoln, that was not that was not what we call a lone wolf shooter. That was a conspiracy. That was actually an attempt to basically take out a number of top leaders from Washington, D.C. That same night. So that wasn't a lone wolf situation. I don't want to get into all the conspiracy stuff, but certainly, with the JFK assassination, that has been debated back and forth for years, and it's still a very active debate whether Lee Harvey Oswald was acting on his own or whether he was working in concert with others. So a lot of
I think Mary was the driver. Mary was the getaway driver.
Yes, we look at that and we say, okay, that was a lone wolf, and that is kind of where we lean, and certainly that's where Hollywood leans when they look.
Linda was sad.
But we have to remember,
Linda was crying.
I would point to the one recently in Ukraine that they stopped, where they were going to take out President Zelensky and other members of the government. That was out there, and there's been others out there as well. Yeah. That's what the FBI is grappling, and the Secret Service are both grappling with right now, which is, what is this? And look at the political gauge. I don't have to tell you, the temperature's been pretty heated in politics and the language, so they're going to be looking at that as well. By the way, I would also point out one that really jumped to my mind was the attack on Congress at when they were doing the softball practice, or the baseball practice, let's say, and that was at that time House Whip Scalise.
Bro, Sweater God just called me a kike. What the fuck? Sweater God's crazy.
Unfortunately, there are countless examples that do come to mind. We just haven't had one on American soil in so long. That is what makes this story, radically different, and a radical departure from recent memory here as well. And I have to remind the viewers, the last presidential candidate to be assassinated was Robert F. Kennedy Jr., June 4th, 1968, and of course his son.
R.I.P. JFK.
Robert F. Kennedy. His son, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is also a presidential.
My niggas, this is crazy.
Which makes this all the more urgent, pressing, tragic as well here. We're also learning more details from Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. He says the House will conduct a full investigation of the tragic events today. The American people deserve to know.
Oh, we have a name?
Secret Service Director Kimberly
We got a name.
Other appropriate officials from DHS and the FBI appear for a hearing before our committees.
It's a Jew?
So, to your point, Hal, the investigation
Is that a Jewish name?
goes on. It's not just about the shooting itself, but about the after effects, how this could have happened, what was known when, and that's also going to be playing out in front of the American people there on Capitol Hill. Hal, we have to go to a quick commercial break. You're going to stay with me. We are extended coverage right now for this major breaking news story. We'll see everyone there in 2 months.
Some people were pointing the finger at the media. That boomer is pissed. That boomer is pissed. Yeah. No, I don't have have a PS5 portable, dude. Bro. Maybe that's one of Linda's friends. Twerking on a cop car? Damn, Chicago is different, I guess. No, we want to see from today, dude. We don't care about fucking ooks and shit. That is the same one we saw. Is this extended or is this... Why is it always a clip? No way it fucking popped up again. Alright. Oh no, I broke it. Why? Why do I have to keep sticking my hand in there? Yeah, I can't show the clip of the guy's face. His head's blown off. What time is it? It's 8. What the fuck? Donald Trump's shooter was wearing a YouTuber's merch. Interesting. That's crazy, dude. Oh yeah, for educational yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose the channel.
With us here in our continuing coverage of the assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump at his campaign rally today in Butler, Pennsylvania. We have a live picture there outside of Mar-a-Lago in South Florida. You can see there some
Mar-a-Lago. There's Linda.
offer their support for the former president. We have reported
There's Linda.
has left the hospital. We also have reported that Trump and Biden have spoken on the phone, as well as was promised by Biden in that very brief news conference there in Delaware that he gave in the immediate aftermath of the shooting there. You can see our shot in South Florida. We also have a shot there in Butler, Pennsylvania, at the campaign rally site still, and at the RNC venue, the Fiserv Forum there in Milwaukee. Nighttime has fallen. It's about 10:45 there on the East Coast. Remember, we have more and more reactions.
Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast better do something about this.
These rally attendees who watched this all on unfold. Now remember, one of these rally attendees was killed during this. 2 were critically injured as well here. Let's continue.
Imagine you're just going to a Trump rally and you didn't know you're gonna die. That's crazy. That poor person, their family.
Secret Service, but walk me through what happened. You were really close. You're a delegate for former President Trump, so you were pretty close to that stage. What'd you hear?
Well, I was listening to him. He was talking. I think he had the slide up on the big screen about how immigration has increased under Biden. And as I was watching,
Why is his suit a brick wall?
what I thought were just a noise. I was hoping it was a joke. I didn't know if it was fireworks or what.
Does he want the wall built? I'm kidding.
Didn't see anything. When I looked back towards the president, the Secret Service was actively tackling him. At that point,
The brick suit is crazy, but whatever. Yeah, I gotta take a dab. Need a dab right meow. Yeah, this guy is a Rizzler. This guy's a Rizzler for sure.
I didn't know what it was, but it didn't appear to be overly serious when taken in combination with his defiant attitude and his fist pump. I think he wanted to let us know he was all right.
How shocked were you? I mean, you're getting ready to go to the RNC. I mean, everyone's mind was on the excitement of the rally, and then you hear these pops. And it's, what a lot of people is their biggest fear when they come to a big event like this.
Well, I can't say it's one of mine. As separated as we are politically in this country,
Some good shit.
I'm not one who thinks that we're.
I forget what this one is. Black cherry cola.
Yeah, I didn't think that I would ever see anything like this happen. And my initial reaction was, it's a joke, it's a prank. And it was only when I saw the actions being taken by the Secret Service that it became apparent that it wasn't.
Moving pretty quickly. You could see the snipers up on the roof. At this point, we're hearing
That was crazy.
possible, suspect or person was killed, and then a person also that was at the rally was killed.
I'm sorry about one. I'm not sorry about the other. Tremendous wake-up call for our country. This can't be condoned. It can't be tolerated. And we have a very open society. We have a very open political discourse. It should never include violence. Never. Any groups that espouse violence, there should be no tolerance for it.
Last thing, when people were moving out before the Secret Service cleared it out too, did you talk to anybody? Are people out here saying they're nervous? Are they scared?
Very many people were upset. The whole gamut of emotions, from being upset to prayer to concern to anger to shock. I think I saw it all.
Are you going to the RNC still?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I fully expect to see President Trump on the stage on Thursday accepting the nomination.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. I'm glad you're okay.
All right, that was Alexis McAdams interviewing one of these longtime fixtures at many Trump rallies there, and you can see he always wears that suit that looks like the wall, referring to the border wall as well, a common theme and feature of the former president's rhetoric at these rallies and campaign policy platforms here.
He loves the wall.
Let's go over what we know here. If you're
He doesn't want drugs in this country.
Trump, of course, is safe. According to the Secret Service, the suspected shooter is dead, and a rally attendee was also killed. 2 other rally attendees were also critically injured. We're getting a statement in. We reached out to some of these local hospitals, Allegheny Hospital, confirming to Fox News that they currently have 2 patients there who were injured at the Trump rally this afternoon in Butler County. Both patients are in critical condition here. So
Let me Google something.
a hospital there shooter fired multiple shots from an elevated position outside of the rally. Law enforcement recovered what is being described as an AR-style rifle. We don't know what type of gun this is just yet. Remember, the shooting occurred around 6:15 Eastern there at the rally. Trump said the bullet pierced his upper right ear in that post on Truth Social. Biden said, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. And we just read you that statement from the White House saying that he and Trump have spoken on the phone to each other. Biden is going to be briefed on the shooting with many White House officials.
What the frick?
As well, a little bit later on tonight and tomorrow. Of course, Biden made that statement before he knew all the details.
Biden is cooked.
This, of course, is being investigated as an assassination attempt. Trump campaign says Trump is looking forward to joining the convention there in Milwaukee. And now I want to put on as well.
Good.
Speaker Mike Johnson there. We're learning
Good.
some of his investigatory powers going on as well.
Guys, I gotta get going. I gotta get going. I have a few things to do in the morning. This is shocking.
Johnson says the House will conduct a full investigation of the tragic events today. The American people deserve to know the truth. We will have Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle and other appropriate officials from DHS and the FBI appear for a hearing before our committees ASAP as well here. And in the meantime, we do have, like I said, remember, some of the security that has been ramped up outside of some of these Trump properties in and around New York City as well here. We have some of our reporters standing by outside of some of those. We're going to go out to those in just a minute. Live now look there at the White House as well. We're going to New York City momentarily here. Remember, we heard from New York City Mayor Eric Adams saying that he is ramping up security with the NYPD as, of course, in the wake of this as well here, we know that 40 Wall Street,
Alright, I hope it stays this time, bro.
City Hall,
What the fuck?
Square, will be seen in
Bro, don't buy a fish tank.
security presence. So we're going to go out to my friend there at Fox 5 in
It's
New York.
8 p.m. And you how do you know I slept all day? How do you know I didn't work?
She's been speaking to New Yorkers as well. She joins me. Jessica, thanks for being with us here. Who have you spoken to? What have you learned? How many people are just coming by asking you what happened?
Today's my day off, buddy. I wasn't even gonna stream. And then this happened. Oh, there's Linda. Big L. Linda's guarding Trump Tower. Bruh. Bro, what's I'm doing? Dude, what's I'm doing? Trump, Trump, Trump. What a dick. He cut her off. Cut the lady off. Bill Ackman says I'm going to formally endorse Donald Trump. Let's go. Another endorsement for Trump. This guy's a real thing.
in his hometown, which was his hometown at some point here in New York City. Now, I spoke to another man, he just said, politics aside, this shouldn't have happened. He said, no one should be shot at because of their political differences. A lot of people saddened, even using the word disgusted, that this has happened here in America. And of course, they are...
Bro, do you guys realize he was only a few inches from dying?
Saddened to know that someone has died. That's the latest we have here from Trump Tower. But again, I just want to recap that there are no credible threats here, and this is just out of abundance of caution. Andrew?
All right, Jessica Barroso there live for us outside of Trump Tower there in Midtown Manhattan. Jessica, thanks for bringing us this part of this story.
Bro, he was an inch. They're saying he was an inch away. Dude, an inch away from death. That's crazy, dude. Jesus loves Trump. It's proof. It's proof. It's proof Jesus loves Trump.
And in the meantime, we'll be bringing in at the top of the hour Hal Kemper yet again to help us make sense of the investigation. Going forward, the questions that you still have, the questions that I still have as well here.
There's no new news coming off of here. That's why it's so low.
This is Connor Hansen. He's standing by there. In New York, we were just speaking with Fox 5's Jessica Formoso outside of Trump Tower there. Connor joins me. Connor, thanks for being with us here. I know you've been covering this story, of course, all day. For viewers just coming to it, what do they need to know?
Bro, Trump's about to drop a whole fucking rap album. He's about to drop the whole fucking album, dude.
Over the phone, the president getting briefed on all this and did say a few words earlier tonight, but the president getting hit by one of those bullets, it grazed his ear just minutes into his speech at that rally in Pennsylvania. That shooter was killed and
Bruh, getting shot at, doing gang shit out here, dude.
who were hurt during all that shooting. Trump could be seen reaching for his face and neck, then quickly ducking behind the podium as his Secret Service detail rushed the stage. Several loud bangs continue. The former president appearing to be injured, but still pumping his fist to supporters.
Let's go.
He was whisked off the stage. A close-up shot shows blood.
Holy crap.
President's ear. A spokesperson for the Trump campaign also weighing in, saying, quote, President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. He is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. Witnesses who were at the rally described the frightening moments when they realized what was happening.
Somebody started yelling, hit the ground, hit the ground. And when I looked over, then I saw the smoke from the gunfire.
Just heard pop, pop, pop. Right away you think about, well, maybe firecrackers, and you're kind of stunned. And then fire, and then like return fire, and then get down. So we got down, and we huddled, and we just started praying.
President Biden addressing the nation after the shooting, denouncing the violence, and wishing Trump a speedy recovery.
The idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody.
And you just heard from the president there. He's heading back to Washington, D.C. from Delaware, where he'll be briefed more.
That's crazy, dude.
Also learning tonight that the FBI is now taking the lead on this investigation. Agents from its Pittsburgh field office already on the scene investigating. We're learning that shooter was on the roof of a nearby building and was shot and killed by a Secret Service sniper. We're also told an AR-style rifle was found there on the scene. Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, Connor, I don't know about you. I've covered several Trump rallies, been there at Trump rallies. There huge events with thousands of people. Have you covered a Trump rally? What are you feeling today, just as a journalist covering this?
Well, it is really shocking, and as you know, Andrew, you sort of just go into this mode where you have to get all the news out there and do what you can, but after a while you have to take a moment and realize the gravity of this situation. You know, we've watched that video back so many times, and the difference of an inch or two, you hate to even say it, could have made this such a terrible tragedy even worse than what happened this evening. So many more details yet to come out here about who this person was and what their motives were to try to allegedly assassinate the former president, you know, just a day before the Republican National Convention. And I should add that the president is saying he will see everybody there in Milwaukee, and we will be there.
That's fucking nuts. He saved his life. Jesus saved his life.
Thank you.
All right, in the meantime here,
It's like, if you think about it, because he moves his head when he talks.
on the West Coast.
He moves his head a lot when he talks.
In Butler, Pennsylvania.
Bro.
Play out those moments that unfolded before our eyes. This happened live on the air. You were watching the Trump rally. Here is those very scary moments.
And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Dude, I'm praying extra hard in church tomorrow with Pastor Joel. Bro, like Superman. The craziest part is a lot of boomers had not a clue what was happening. Bro, there's a few people in the audience that are like crouched over. Like they're gonna do something. Dude, what is this chick doing? Dude, what is this chick doing? See, if there was a man there, he would have been, his face would have been covered. Why is she so short? Why'd she stop? She had to pick up the hat? What is she doing? I just realized it's a lady. What the fuck? What was that lady doing? Wait, what? Bro. Why did she stop to pick up the hat? That's such a chick thing to do, bro. Oh, let me pick this shit up. It could have been being shot at. That's no. It's not sexist.
Hal Kemper, yet again, who joins me, who's been such a reliable rock throughout this story, this key moment, infamous moment now.
It's bullshit.
History. He joins me.
Got to be a certain height. Got to be taller than the president.
Can't thank you enough for providing all of this insight on what happens now. And that is a key question. I think there's a lot of.
What do you mean? The guy moves on with his life.
We're here to parse through it and give you the news as it comes in. Piecemeal, yes, but when it comes in here, we're getting this in. From the Oversight Committee, James Comer, the chairman there, has invited U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle to testify at a hearing on
my hat.
July the 22nd. He says Americans demand answers about
my
the
hair is all
assassination
scuffed.
attempt
I like this hat.
President Trump. So
Superman
this is
hat.
very, very quickly here. That's the letter Comer is
Like
sending
Trump.
to Director Cheadle of the Secret Service. It seems like people want answers, and they want them sooner rather than later about the
response, and we just watched the response, and we can talk about that. How we do have a picture there on the tarmac, I believe. This is Air Force One. You can see. I'm not entirely sure if it's landed.
Holy
at
shit!
St. Andrews. Nope, it's still.
This is a
in
bloody
Delaware
ass
at the
scene
moment.
of the
President Biden will be
bleachers.
headed back to the White House from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. His vacation home there, not too far from Wilmington.
Oh yeah, where's the photo?
We watched the Secret Service attack and surround the president, the former president there, and whisk him into the black SUV. What struck out to you about that particular response, and what might Director Cheadle have to say to some of these committees requesting answers about that very response? Which ones do you have?
Andrew, I think what you're going to see is they're going to ask questions about the response itself, about how quickly the Secret Service moved. But the big one they're really going to look at, because I really didn't see a problem with the response. Once the shots rang out, I thought Secret Service moved about as fast as they could. The question will be, what did we know? And that's a very collective, what did we know about the shooter, or if it turns out to be more than just the one person involved. What did we know about the conspiracy, if there was one? But what do we know about the shooter? Was there something out there? Had he hit the radar, so to speak? Assuming it's a he, I believe it probably will turn out to be that. And all of this will come out, and they're going to find out, because in so many of these things, it turns out that there was something known. There was that they knew this person was leading.
Hey, here's a photo.
Had some extremist beliefs, or was saying things online, or posting things on social media.
Here's a photo of the bullet whizzing by Trump's head.
Or something like that, and they may have known something.
That's crazy, bro.
Because too many of these shootings.
That's a bullet whizzing by Trump's head.
Mass shooting. It always comes back to, they knew that this person was doing something, but they didn't do anything about it. And that may be a bigger issue than just the Secret Service. They may talk to the Secret
No,
Service.
I have a photo of the shooter.
They're going to be looking at the broader Homeland Security matrix, if you
Maybe
will,
you're talking about the
intelligence
body bag.
matrix across the country, in terms of what do we know, when do we know it, and of course, more importantly, what do we do about it? Because obviously we didn't do anything until after shots were fired, which is frankly a little too late.
Well, that's the whole thing, Hal, about the Secret Service and their role in protecting presidents and former presidents. They prepare for moments.
This guy's
like
a
this.
legend.
And if something like this happens,
A living legend. And we're here to see it. It's so crazy.
Organization about perceived failures of what we could have done differently, what might have gone wrong, what didn't we
They
catch,
try to
what
stop
fell
him.
through the cracks.
He's like,
Things
yeah,
like that
right, watch
happen.
this.
But the very existence of the Secret Service is to prevent things like this from happening, and it
Who
happens.
cares?
Is that a fair question to ask right now at this point?
Well, at this point, they're really trying to collect all the information first. I mean, they have to have
The
a chance
shooter
to look at
is
what they
dead.
did.
Who
They're
cares?
Gonna look at the video. They're going to talk. They're going to review all the communications.
Rest in
everything
piss.
that was basically captured, memorialized, if you will, from the entire evening or the afternoon. Everything going before. They're going to look at what the advance team did. They're going to look at everything around there in terms of that, to capture that information. And of course, with the congressional hearing scheduled for Monday, they're going to have to put this together very quickly, because some questions have to be answered. Every time there is an assassination attempt, and in those very few times there's been an assassination, the Secret Service, as long as there's been a Secret Service, always goes back and looks at what it did, what it could do better, what it missed, and certainly there's been a lot of learning. Tremendous.
Bro.
Ronald Reagan in 1981. They changed.
Trump's a
so many
legend.
things of what they did, and of course, if you want to go back before that with Gerald Ford, and
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously there was no
I have a
shot
photo of the
fired,
head
but
of his head.
that
His
jammed.
head got blown
And,
off.
If it had not jammed,
I posted a
think
photo
it
in
would have been
Discord because who
another
cares? Fuck the
presidential
guy.
assassination. And that was Squeaky Frome that did that. But that changed how presidents approach crowds and shake hands in crowds ever since, because of what came out of that. So every time something happens, they change it. By the way, I should also mention that they're going to look at this, and they're going to look at other things happening around the world at the same time. and do a cross-check, cross-comparison to see are there some larger lessons they can put together on this.
We're looking at a civil war, boys.
The FBI is now taking the lead.
Hope
Is that
not.
just the normal course of events and kind of the investigatory
Bro,
chain
Mike
from
Tyson
Secret
type of
Service to
shit.
the FBI? I know a lot of agencies are working in tandem, but FBI is lead now.
They would be, because look at two things. Is it terrorism? All right. Violent extremism. They're going to be looking at that.
Yeah, it's a white guy, dude. They blew his head clean off.
They have the labs.
Fuck
they have
him.
all the other capabilities. Secret Service is robust.
Bro, this is America. We're gonna see the piece of shit's face no matter what.
The FBI has a lot more capability, a lot more people on the ground, a lot more intelligence, a lot more of everything. So that would make a lot of sense. Also, they're going to be looking at the potential as they have in every.
If I was a sniper, I would take a photo of every dude I shot. Clean kill. Snap. This one's for the gram. I bet I look at this, boys. Clean kill shot. Check the gram. That's a flex. That's a flex. Dude's going home with the fat check. And he's off for a few months. Winning in America. And he saved the president's life. The guy who's the sniper, he saved the president's life. Secret Service didn't do shit. Sniper, the anti-sniper shot him clear off.
164 yards from where Trump was speaking. The distance from which a decent marksman could reasonably hit a human-sized target.
The roof where the person lay was less than 164 feet from the president speaking, distance from which the decent marksman could reasonably hit a human-sized target. Yeah, but what type of weapon?
And you can see there the shooter location, the Trump stage in Butler, PA. They're 164 yards, Hal. You know, you and I were talking about inside the Secret Service perimeter and outside the perimeter. And obviously, I don't know how expansive these perimeters are, but when it's a former president holding a campaign rally in rural Pennsylvania outside on a Saturday afternoon, they would extend it by a lot, wouldn't they, Hal?
Frankly, I'm a bit surprised. I have to tell you, both the things that I've seen, and I do, my experience was mostly working with, where we have maybe like the vice president comes in and we have foreign dignitaries, stuff like that. But in situations like that, I would have assumed that we'd have somebody up there on the roof. We would have blocked off that building. It's just too darn close. It's line of sight directly to the stage. I really am kind of wondering what that's going to show. Now, that could have been
big dab.
Number of Secret Service personnel. That could have been something that
was an AR style
or state law enforcement, depending on how they divvy it up. That could have been something they were responsible for doing, and there could be a failure or something there in terms of who was supposed to be covering what. But obviously, from what we're seeing here, the shooter, I should say, got way too close. And I can tell you that 164 yards, that's not you have to know how to shoot, but yes, you can hit a human-sized target very easily.
I'm still shocked.
So, yeah, there's a real failure here. And I'll tell you one thing they're going to look at, too, is, we often worry about drones being used by bad guys, but this is one where
Trump needs to drop the album.
Doing more drone stuff from a security standpoint is to looking at the perimeter and pushing the perimeter out.
So Hal, though, I mean, wouldn't the normal
dude, what the
now that
frick?
I mean, that
I'm
building is
tripped.
very close to the venue. It would have been checked, though, right? I don't want to speculate here. We don't know. Maybe it was checked, but clearly
Biden would have crippled over.
Potentially was checked.
Biden would have had to have been carried out.
That's the big
Trump walked out.
How did he get in there? And we don't know. I mean, he could have infiltrated that building and be in a
I am
high position
shocked.
somewhere in there for a very long period of time and waited for all the security checks and all the clearances.
At the same
to go.
time, deep
And then
down,
all
I knew an
that, he
SJW was going to
hiding
do
and
something
worked his way
weird
through
eventually.
and did what he did. And,
Years ago.
we're gonna find that out. That's something the
They were
investigation
acting too nuts. They were acting way too nuts.
We're just getting in more and more
I don't
reaction
trust
as
them.
well. We have a new statement in from Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro here. I'm going to read it now. He says, under the protection of U.S. Secret Service and with the assistance
Definitely
of Pennsylvania
Hunter.
State Police,
One of
former
Hunter's
President Trump
friends
has now left
in
the
prison.
Butler area. And he goes on to say, Lori and I are thankful
Could have
that his
been one of
team
Hunter's
reports he is
friends.
fine, and we continue to wish him well and a full and speedy recovery. He says we mourn the loss of life and pray for the two victims who are being treated at this time. I'm grateful for all law enforcement who responded, protected the former president, and worked to bring the situation under control. Federal law enforcement officials will continue to lead on the investigation into the shooting of former President Trump. Pennsylvania State Police will lead the investigation into the shooting of the other victims. He says, I've been in regular communication with law enforcement on the ground in
I'm
Pennsylvania
shocked.
and have spoken with President Biden, who offered his full support. As we wait to learn more from the investigations, I'm mindful of just how painful and shocking this event is to so many of our fellow Pennsylvanians. I respectfully ask
Took the
that you
words
treat
right
our
out of my
victims
mouth,
with
bro.
respect and join together to universally condemn the unacceptable violence we witnessed earlier today in Butler there. So
It's
Hal, to your
just
point,
like,
speaks to
whoa.
it. Pennsylvania State Police will
That's
lead the
un-American.
investigation to the other people who were injured and the fatality as well.
Anti-Americans need to go.
Attendees, rather.
They will, and Secret Service will be looking at that very closely because when they do something like this, they divvy up all the work and overall.
It was either an SJW or a sand
They
tryhard.
all have their areas of responsibility. Secret Service is in charge, so they can't. They're not going to walk away from it and say, "Well, that's just their fault." At some point, Secret Service realizes they hold a certain amount of responsibility, if nothing else, from a planning and supervision standpoint.
All right, Hal Kemper, as always, can't thank you enough. Talk soon.
All right, thank you, Andrew.
In the meantime, here, let's take yet another quick commercial break. More details, more coverage of the attempted assassination of former President Trump when we come back.
Oh, you think it was like someone under MK Ultra? That could be.
Of former President Donald Trump there at his campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Our friend there at Fox News, Alexis McAdams, was there covering the rally. She spoke to many witnesses, rally attendees who were just there to hear the former president speak about what they saw and what they heard. Let's continue listening.
And just kind of tell me what you heard.
He tells it better than I do.
Okay, what happened?
Well, we were basically standing. There was a Trump campaign people at the tent right there on the corner, and we kind of went all together towards where he was speaking as close as you could get. And one of the kids was really tall, so my wife's like, "Hey, can you take this, and get me a picture of him real close?" And next thing you know, as soon as he pointed the camera, all hell broke loose.
Walk me through how many shots or pops, rather, you heard and what you were thinking. I mean, were you afraid for your safety? You're here with your family?
I just wanted everybody to be calm and don't panic, 'cause
How come her audio's all fucked up and distorted? His is nice.
I mean, you came to this big rally. I think
He's not mic'd up or anything.
my wedding anniversary.
She's a robot.
It just seems odd.
Yeah, well, to know, though, that there's that many people waiting here and then...
She's a transformer.
Do you think the service, the Secret Service did a good job checking people? Was there anything that you got, did you bring in bags or anything?
I think it was as good as you could expect. I mean, I was expecting a lot of people here, and that's what we got today.
Oh, no, don't tell me it was an Asian
What would
guy.
you say to the former president if you could talk to him?
We love you, and we'll back you. We're backing you.
Were you worried that he was badly injured when you saw him hit the ground?
At first, I didn't see him hit the ground. I just was mainly trying to get people not to panic and overrun each other. I mean, in a situation like that, everybody just wanted to scatter.
Did you get out pretty quickly? I mean, there were a lot of people that were pushed into that.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about getting out quickly. I just wanted to, the people around me to be safe. I mean, that's all you can hope for. And then,
knowing how much is going on in the world, and when it comes to politics, I mean, it's like you can't even, people get mad at their neighbors, they get mad, they lose friends over politics. Did you ever worry about going to these rallies and being unsafe?
I dropped my phone, I'm all nervous.
So, I mean, what an experience before everything happened.
Yeah, me, dude.
But, I mean, people are going to do what people do, man.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's
Merca.
Thanks for talking to us. We'll send it back to you.
All right, so you heard there Alexis McAdams with that rally attendee there as well. In the meantime, of course, we're waiting for President Biden there to come back to the White House. We reported that as well here. Remember, we were also reporting, we confirmed that he and Trump have spoken on the phone as well here. I want to read out some of the statement from the White House as we learn that information and as we learn those details as well here. We got this in from the White House that this evening President Biden spoke to former President Trump. The president also spoke to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and Butler Mayor Bob Dandoy. Also, they told us the president is returning to D.C., saying tomorrow morning at the White House he will receive an updated briefing from Homeland Security and law enforcement officials. And following his remarks this evening, both President Biden and Vice President Harris received an updated briefing from not only the director of the Secret Service, but also Secretary Mayorkas at DHS, the Attorney General Merrick Garland, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, and the FBI Director Christopher Wray, as well as an assistant to the President and Homeland Security Advisor Liz Sherwood Randall as well. Live picture there. We also have new pictures obtained by Fox News Digital of President Biden leaving church there
MAGA
today.
hat.
As the news of the shooting was trickling out and everyone had seen it, rainy day there in Delaware. That's President Biden leaving church today. Remember, as he faces several calls from his own party to exit the race, he met with more of these Democratic factions in the House today, trying to alleviate some of their concerns, including the Congressional Progressive Caucus and the New Dems coalition. It's a faction of about 100 kind of moderate House Democrats there. Back out live to
Biden is done. Biden is cooked.
As well
He's
here.
been cooked.
If you didn't hear
before this, he was
President
cooked.
Biden's remarks from earlier today, he made very brief remarks. We're going to show you them yet again. This was somewhat hastily arranged by the Biden White House there in Delaware.
I'll be back later, guys.
This is what he had to say.
I'll be back later.
Thanks for coming, folks.
I can't watch this.
Briefed by
Sleepy
all the
Joe's
agencies
pissing
and
me
federal
off. The whole
government
thing is
in this
pissing me
situation.
off.
Based
This
on
is.
what we know
I
now,
woke up to a shocking world
tried to get a hold
this
of
afternoon.
Donald. He's with
This
his
evening.
doctors.
What a shocking
Apparently
world.
He's doing well. I plan on talking to him shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country.
No,
we
what the fuck?
cannot
I
allow
love
for
Trump.
this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And so, and I want to thank the Secret Service and all the
He's
agencies,
so
including the state
sleepy.
agencies,
Joe
that
is
have
making me
engaged
sleepy.
in making sure that the people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if I'm not able to give it, if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally
It's over
was a
for
rally
Biden.
that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political
All right, I'm
violence
gonna
or
take a
violence in
nap.
America like this is just unheard of. It's just
I'll
not
see